So, nurses, if you're working, let's just say telehealth in a state, I just had the opportunity to speak to some of the Austin nurses that do alternative holistic, which I love. But if you're calling yourself a nurse, and let's just say you're a nurse coach, you have to be very careful about what you're saying and doing because you're not, unless you're an NP, you're not a licensed independent practitioner. So you're not ordering labs. You're not going over lab results and giving recommendations on medications if you're an RN. Oh no! You have to be very careful about what you do. Now, I have heard of programs, and there have been nurses, of course, who have been reported when they act outside their scope because I'm a nurse coach or I'm doing alternative medicine. Sure you are, but if you're calling yourself a nurse, you are bound to what the rules and regulations that dictate your professional license first and foremost. So you can call yourself whatever you want. You can call yourself a coach, but if you tie that to nurse, oh doggy, then the state that you call yourself a nurse, right? All the states that you call yourself a nurse, you have to adhere to those rules and regulations. And let me double down. If you're doing telehealth, right, where do you hold a license? Because please, since COVID, this has changed. So if you're talking to a patient in a state that you don't have a license in, could you walk into that patient's house or could into that hospital or into that place? So don't be doing this stuff. Let me say this again. Do you hold a license in that state? Then how are you talking to a patient in that state? Please be very careful when you're doing telehealth, alternative medicine, calling yourself a nurse coach. Like, follow, share. Those are very, love all the entrepreneur. I am as well. But you have to be very careful when you are using the word nurse in relation to anything else because you are always held to the rules and regulations that dictate your professional license, right? You can choose to say I have a nursing degree, but if you choose to call yourself a nurse or slap nurse, coach, nurse on your stuff, you are bound by the rules and regulations that dictate your professional license. You know I'm being animated for a reason, right? Right? You understand why I'm here. I was a prior investigator. Nurses reach out to me daily and hourly for these very reasons, right? And they're seeking legal counsel because now they're under investigation by a board of nursing. But I digress. Don't be doing this stuff. If you use the word nurse, you better know what it means. So, like, follow, share. Be careful, nurses.